and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we analyze, dig deep, and honestly talk about R&B albums, artists, eras, and even more with folks in the industry and other music experts. I am naturally Elise, and that's my bro.
JR.
And we are the R&B representers. And today we are welcoming our sister slash music best friend, Miss Chasity Buckley. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, y'all.
Yes. And a little bit about Chasity. She is the creator and host of Midnight R&B Edition and also the trademark Song Relationships show. And, she's a music expert. I call her historian because that's what she is, because she is recording the things that are happening and analyzing it and just bringing awareness to people so they know about music. And we love you for that. And we are so happy to have you back.
Oh, I'm honored to be back, y'all. Y'all know I just love y'all platform, the way y'all just went about just music albums. You know, y'all mean so much to me. Y'all my peoples, y'all my ride or dies. Been knowing y'all for what, 2 years now? Look,
yeah, girl, yes. Seemed like we've known each other for years, but it's cool.
Don't it feel like that?
Yes.
Really feel that way.
Yeah. The new decade, 2020.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, Mr. JR.
Yes.
How about you, as usual, tell the folks what we're going to be talking about, why we're talking about it, and why we are talking about it with Chasity.
Okay. So, all right. So, y'all know that Chasity has been on our show multiple times. We have talked about great albums with her. First, we started off doing a Catch That Minis where we was like, why are we talking about this with her? And it's got to be over 30 minutes. We can't have no damn 30 minutes with her and talk about music. Impossible. So she came back, and she came back twice, if I'm not mistaken, right? She came back twice. Yes. So this next time we was like, yo, we already know what we're going to talk about with her. And this is great for me because we're talking about Brandy's Never Say Never album. Very important to music. It was important to her. We know Brandy is like her idol and like she looks up to her. That's her number one girl. And we knew this is the album where we gonna get deep. Deep. You know what I mean? So I'm so excited. We're gonna talk about all the songs. We're gonna talk about how everybody felt when we heard the album and all that good stuff. So I'm going to start with this, Chasity. You got to give us a little background of when you got into Brandy to begin with.
I'm so happy I got to do this. Y'all know Brandy is my girl. She's my number one. I'm so honored. And thank you guys so much for having me on the platform because y'all know I've been on here twice. And everybody's like, when she going to get a Brandy? When she going to get a Brandy? I'm like, I finally got to give my girl her flowers. All right, the first time I heard Miss Brandy Rihanna Norwood was actually when I was 5 years old. And 94, like the end of 94, early 95. I was actually being bad as Bow Wow. Like, y'all, look, growing up for me, I was a little tight. I was cutting up, doing bad stuff. I'm the oldest from me and my sister, but, I was just bad, just doing, everything I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So one day I was actually, I think my mom, she must have been doing something in the kitchen or something like that. I was in her room, sneaking in her room. She had all these cassettes on the floor. So mind you, me being bad, I didn't know what a cassette tape was, but I seen the radio cassette thing out. So I'm like, I'm just looking, I look down and I just pick a random tape. Pick the tape up, play it. All I heard was, I will take it. I'm like, wait a minute. Who is this? After that, I heard the chorus and then it messed up. I said, no, wait.
Oh, no.
I said, what did I just do? Whoever she was, I was like, I don't know who it was, but it touched my heart. And I was like, this a wrap. So about 2 or 3 years later, I found out who it was. It was Brandy. I Want to Be Down. Was very caught off guard. And I was just really excited just to even hear about her, but not even that, just like be so infatuated about her because when I heard I Want to Be Down, I was like, okay, I found out who she is, but not even that I found out, she became an actress, Moesha. that took off. I was in love with that when I was like 6, 7, because I think I had started watching a year or two after it had premiered.
Okay.
And very obsessed with her. Like, it was just like a crazy thing. Not in a bad way, but in a good way, because she really inspired me as a young Black woman, making it the way she did at 14, 15 years old, coming out with this album. Mm-hmm. I mean, the girl was really finna dominate music in the 90s. I mean, we had Aaliyah. She was first. But then you get Brandy Norwood, this beautiful Black queen with these braids, and it's like, wow. I was really, really caught off guard, but not even that. I was really happy that I had some Black representation that looked like me, that was brown skinned like me, that really touched my heart. And when she did Cinderella, it really was a rap. You couldn't tell me nothing, child. I was hooked.
Yeah.
So that was my introduction to Brandy. Mm-hmm.
And speaking, and a point you made about saying, you know, it was like inspirational for you. You know, I think a lot of people forget the chokehold that Brandy had on the culture for Black girls at that time.
Yes.
You know, she's wearing braids. She's a, you know, oh, she looks like me. She's my color. Like she's pretty. She can do multiple things, and but she's like very assertive, and like on Moesha, she was very outspoken, and you know, it really did. And like, you know, I was a little older, but not older than Brandy. Brandy's the same age, so so that was like a direct, like kind of like inspirational person. Like it just was made it cute to wear the braids and all that. Like that was a big deal. People were like, oh, it's just hair. No, when it's in the Black girl, it ain't no just hair. Like that was a big thing. Before that, they clown people for wearing braids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I was in my younger days, I had some braids, and I got clown.
Mm.
You know, so it was a cultural reset moment.
I love you brought that, the cultural reset, because that's what she did. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't think, because I mean, like you said, Chasity, Aaliyah came out first. You know what I mean? But it was like, she was a light-skinned girl, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? And girls couldn't really connect to her image like they could with Brandy. You know what I'm saying? Brandy's image was just that squeaky clean girl, but girls that were dark skinned and were able to wear braids and all that were able to look at her and be like, well, she's popular and she's huge and all this kind of stuff. And then the number one thing, the girl came in just singing.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Like, she just came in singing. And that's why I think a lot of people go to her debut. You know what I'm saying? Well, I Want to Be Down and Baby and Best Friend and Broken Hearted. Yeah, the girl had singles. That's why I love how Ali said the girl had the game in a chokehold. Like, we cannot say that this girl didn't, because it was ridiculous.
And that's why I get mad with the people with the revisionists, like, as if people weren't rocking so hard with her. Yeah. Now, if you got older and your opinion changed, that's fine, but you're not going to pretend like it didn't happen.
Right.
It's okay for your taste to change. I don't like everything I liked when I was 15 now.
Right.
But guess what? But go ahead. Yeah.
So the album, the debut came out and the girl was just singing. I just remember hearing her tone. It was something about her tone that was just like, people ain't singing like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, her tone was ridiculous, and it's so dope that people like Keith Crouch and Rasan Patterson and you know, Robin Thicke and you know, these guys were able to capture, you know what I'm saying, what to do with her vocally. You know what I'm saying? Because now this is the time, like me and Elise always say, our guy Tevin was killing it. Nobody was rocking with Tevin, and for you know, now the girls were starting to come, the young teenage girls were starting to come in. And when Brandy did this debut, it was just like, wow, okay. And then she goes into Moesha, which then, like y'all said, Cinderella, which made her just take off. It was like, Aaliyah was first, yes. Then Brandy came along, and then Monica came after her. But after Brandy did Cinderella, technically after Moesha blew up, then Cinderella, it was a wrap. Brandy was up there and everybody was down here. It's just the truth of what it is. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy to think that she didn't want to even do a second album anymore.
Nope, that is so
She
true.
was so into her acting and so nervous of the sophomore jinx that she was like, yo, she was telling, you know, Paris Davis and Craig Kilman, she was telling them at Atlantic Records, like, y'all, I ain't even think about music right now. Like, I'm like, girl, how you ain't think about music and you singing on Cinderella? But okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. But I think too, Jared, that's great you made that point, because I think, and I'm thinking in my mindset of what Brandy was going through at this time.
Yeah.
I feel like already accomplishing so much. She already finally got to meet Whitney Houston. That was one of her biggest goals, was to meet Whitney.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your TV show. She was following Whitney's blueprint. You get what I'm saying? I feel that when she did that at 14, 15, she was like, you know, I feel comfortable. I feel my comfort zone. But at the same time, I'm following what my idol was doing. Right. And if I'm doing that, I know I can take this career and make it longevity. But I think at the same time, is when she was young, she may not have known at the time how to navigate. And that's why, you know, we had Sonya, her mother, really kind of guide her with her career, versus with Whitney being kind of older and being an adult. She had a chance to kind of hold a career. Brandy was still young. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's probably why I feel in my heart, that's probably why she might have had mixed signals when it came down to, because at the same time is when you're young, you don't know where your life is going. And then JR, she's 15, 16. So as a teenager, we're young, we're still trying to find our life. Brandy still is too, but at the same time, she's in this adult entertainment type of world, dealing with industry, dealing with acting. I mean, that is a lot to take on as a young teenager going in this to the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. And I also feel like when Brandy came out with her, because Brandy, we all know, still got a little, like, she's not as confident in herself. No, she's never been. Only when she came out with that debut, because Brandy was like, I'm gonna show y'all motherfuckers I can sing. That's what she was so confident. Like, she was like, give me a mic, I'm gonna eat this. You know what I'm saying? She let it be known when she did that damn Thea birthday and she sung Respect. She said, and did that last little run, she said, y'all, watch out for me. You know what I mean? So I think Brandy was just like, you know what? I done it. I did it. Now reality is hit. Now I'm into the second album and they like, is this going to be a fluke? Is she a fluke or is she not? You know what I mean? So going into the second album, I can get it. It's like nerve wracking. People like, can she do it again? You know what I mean? And mind you, Aaliyah done came out with One in a Million. So she's popping. You know what I mean? So it's like Brandy like, oh God, what am I going to do? Like, you know what? One thing they can't take from me, Moesha is popping. That's going to be my focus. My fairy godmother wants me to do Cinderella. That's what I'm going to stick with. But that label was like, no, ma'am. We need the second album. Look. So that's why I think in the beginning of the second album stages, I always feel like Brandy wasn't there. So a lot of those songs that they were giving her for the first songs were definitely, you know, Brandy first album type of records that she like, I'm not singing baby, baby, baby and best friend. I want to be down. I got a man now that y'all don't know about, but I got a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a man, and it's like my mind is somewhere else. I need these records to reflect me. So I think when she was getting though, it helped her kind of be like, I ain't dealing with music right now because these songs ain't coming out right. I'm not getting the right records. And I'm good where I am until she said, okay, y'all, you want to do this? Fine. I want to work with Missy and Timbaland. And the record label said, no, ma'am. No. That's Aaliyah's people. We gonna get you with somebody else. And they gave her Rodney. Yeah. And I said, how funny that Rodney worked on Aaliyah's project on One in a Million. And you gave her that. And once her and Rodney got together, I imagine everything exploded because he let her, like we always say, Elise, like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they let the artist become a part of the creative process. They're able to tell their story. They're able to, oh, I can write this bridge. Oh, I can write this. Oh, I can tell you about this. You're asking me questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love how we got Be My Fiasco on and how Fonte told her, like, what do you want to talk about? Like, what? And she said, nobody never asked me that. Yeah. So I think Ronnie and them and LaShawn and Fred and all of them was like, girl, what is you going through right now? Because you're going through some shit right now. Like, what is it that you going through? And when she revealed what she went through, we got this.
You would
got this. I got this.
Damn, couldn't wait to pull out a damn
You better
vibe.
believe it. You better believe it.
You see how you made a whole big production of it?
I'm
You made it to the whole intro.
gonna use this line. That train's never late.
Y'all, I knew y'all kind of felt me going that way. I was like,
It was going.
I'm offended.
You gave us a whole
so,
drum roll.
yes. But yes, so we get this Never Say Never, this body of work. And what I'm gonna ask, Chasity, when you first heard this album from beginning to end, what did you feel?
Woo, baby, y'all take me back to 2005.
Okay.
Well, I can actually start from 2000. Actually, I remember. Well, actually, when the album was released, in I would say 99, 2000ish. I remember the promo of it was huge. I remember the rollout, like The Boy Is Mine, and I don't want to get too deep because I know we're gonna talk about the track.
Yeah.
That kind of hit. That was hitting everywhere, and when it hit. And I feel like the promo at the time when they were doing Never Say Never was really dope, and it was really smart because Double Platinum had came out, because like I said, she's riding Cinderella, Double Platinum blows up, and they were on it like the album through the movie. And so when I'm like, these tracks are dope. I don't know what it is, and at this time I'm like 10 now, so I'm 10, 11 years old, and I tell my mom I want this album. She gives me You Don't Know the single. You give my sister a PlayStation and I get You Don't Know Me the single. Make it make sense, child. Sadly, my sister, she was the youngest, so I was the oldest, so I had to work off mine.
Yeah.
So fast forward 7 years later in 2005, my mom was 8 at the time. At the time, my mom, she had a real bad car accident in 2004. So I made a vow to myself to stay at home, be close to my mom, because, at the end of the day, that's really like shocking for a young child to deal with that.
Yeah.
So I made a vow this time. I said, this time I'm going to stay at home. I want to be my mom, be close to her. And at the same time, just make sure that I want to, be around family because, life is so short.
Yeah. So
she starts dating this new man, and child was not with him. I was like, who is this man? Why is he dating my mom? Whatever. I still love him to this day. He's really, when you said music head that really, really opened my eyes to so much music. So I thank him.
You see what I'm saying? You see, she was giving him all this flack, and look what she's doing now.
And to this day, he's my father figure. So, Mr. Larry, thank you for so much you've done for me.
Yeah.
I remember, it was around the week of June. I don't know if it was around the week of the anniversary, Never Say Never, but 7 years later, I remember the time my mom was like telling me they had came from somewhere. She was like, I got some CDs for you. I said, what? So she was like, Miss Larry, he got these CDs, and he just want to give them to, because I know you. She was like, yeah, I know you love music. She's like, I want to give him. I said, girl, what are you trying to give me? What? So child, she gives me TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool. But baby, when I seen that Never Say Never, Brandy, snatched by, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. I said, hold up. You did not have Brandy. And mind you, y'all, he's a 50-some-year-old man, and he had Never Say Never. That's how deep he was with music.
Okay.
But snatched that CD, y'all, downloaded it to my computer. And the way my computer was set up, even though I had the actual CD, I still wanted to download it on my computer. Bro, played them up from the beginning to the end. I was on a ride. I stayed home for 2 months straight. You could not get me out the house. That's how obsessed I was with Never Say Never.
Wow.
Everywhere I went, and because I think at the time too, it was my family reunion, I would take Never Say Never everywhere with me. And mind you, I didn't even have a CD player. I was just taking it everywhere, going to people's houses, download. That's how obsessed I was with this album.
Right.
It touched me in so many ways. I knew this album had to be something special, but when I heard it for the first time into its entirety, I was on a ride. Yeah. Whatever Brandy was feeling, I felt her pain.
Yeah.
She had deep pain she was going through that I couldn't understand at the time until I started dating. And when I started dating and found out her first love for me, I was like, wow, I truly get what she was saying. And like I said, tomorrow, y'all, we're going to get to that. But baby, that song right there told my story. Whatever story she was dealing with, I got it because my story was kind of like her story too when I became 17 and started dating. So,
wow. Oh,
everything.
so it touched you. Wow. That's crazy. So I just
For the
go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
so for like the first year it was out, I just listened to the singles because it was all over the radio.
Yeah.
But about a year after it came out, I bought this actual CD. This is the CD I bought, and then I remember
I love it.
and I think what made me really decide to get it was because of Almost Doesn't Count.
Okay.
And I was very obsessed with that song.
Right.
Like very. You like JR know, like when I get stuck on a song, always been like that. Like I'll just get stuck on something and just
I do that to her a lot.
And Almost Doesn't Count was that song for me, which, and you know, and I had heard the other singles, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the whole thing. And I remember, yeah, and we'll get into it as we get to the different songs, but it's like a few songs on there that really
touch you.
Yes.
This is crazy. So for me, I was already a Brandy fan. I was already there. I was already a fan, and I just remember The Boy Is Mine when I first heard it. Me and Mom heard it on WBLS, and first of all, they didn't say who it was featuring. Right. So when we heard it, it was like, this is Brandy's new single, The Boy Is Mine, blah, blah, blah. So we like, well, that voice ain't no Brandy. That ain't her. We like, who that? So me and my mom thought that it was Countess Vaughn from the Parkers. And we was like, oh, well, her and Kim did a song. Okay. So after a while, they played the song every hour on the hour on the hour on the hour. So finally, we found out it was Monica. So we was like, oh, I was like, wait a minute, that don't sound like the girl that was singing them other songs that had an album that she made for 30-year-old women. That ain't sound like no Monica. I was like, wait a minute. But I was like, well, they sounded good together. Because we all know how they give our divas together and them songs be a mess. A total mess. So I was like, they sound good. So I was like, okay, so I was like, Mom, go get the single. So she went and brought the single. Never forget that the single was black. The black cassette single. Yes, that Mom brought home and she got it. And we played it a lot. And I was like, shit, we shouldn't have played it because they played on the radio. It was on MTV. It was on BET. Like everybody was playing. It was on black, white, green, yellow radio. Like you couldn't stop it. So finally I was like, Mom, I want this album because her promo started.
Oh yeah.
Brandy started doing interviews. She started doing the EPK. If y'all know about EPKs back then, they started doing that. And you started catching her on like Extra and doing, you know, Entertainment Tonight and Inside Edition. If you guys remember Inside Edition, like she was doing interviews about that. And then MTV did, I forgot, it was called Biorhythm, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Biorhythm and Ultrasound. I know exactly.
Ultrasound, that's what it was. Thanks, sis. And they did that. And I was like, Ma, I need this album. I need this album. And let me tell you something. My mother got the album for me. And we played it, and me and my mom was like,
oh yeah.
It just shocked us. It was like, yo, this is not the baby, I want to be down girl no more. Like, this is a girl that is literally finding her way in this. You know what I'm saying? And going through this whole album, it was like, wow. You know what I mean? And then it came out on my cousin's birthday. God bless his soul. And we're going to get into that. But hearing the first time I heard the whole album, I lost it. I was like, Mom, this is my favorite album ever. Literally off the first listen. I was like, this is my favorite album ever. My mom was like, shut up, boy. You only heard it one time. Like, stop. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
From that point, and now that I'm the age that I am now, This album is in my top 6 albums of all time. Like,
that's my job, my perfect
yes, so my number 6. So this album is a great body of work, and it's my favorite body of work. It's Brandy's favorite body of work. It's we gonna get to that too, but yeah. So that was it. It was dope. So I'm just ready to get into these songs, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yes, Elise. They represent today.
Yes.
So, you know, first track is an intro. It's just a little quick intro.
Yeah.
And then we get to Angel in Disguise. It's the first song. Yes. And if y'all watched our interview that we did for Catch That Minis with Tyler, we go into depth, and we actually talk an hour, but with Tyler we go off on tangents. But but that one song led to an hour conversation.
Yes.
Just one song.
Okay.
And that's a song that I famously, and people think I don't like the song. I don't like the lyrics to the song, but I think she sounds amazing. I think it's arranged perfectly. The production is the best production on this album to me. And the album has amazing production, but that song has the best production on this whole album.
And it's crazy that
Brandy, it ain't even close.
What you said?
And it ain't even close.
Hey.
That song is so like that production. That's why like nah, don't put that like don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. No, you can't not like the song. Yeah. I love the song. I just have problems with the lyrics. But
I do.
For me to overlook lyrics, I mean that's a great song for me to still like it, and I still sing along too. Like I like that song. But anyway.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But when I heard that song, that was like, ooh, that was the song that had me like, cause see, I don't really fool with Boys Mind. So when I heard Angel in Disguise and almost like those are the two songs that like.
Yep.
Cause Joe gets you right in the beginning though. Na 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 na, baby. Na 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 na, baby. Like Joe, man.
Can we talk about Joe background vocals? Like he's the reason why I know liner notes. He's the reason why. Because when I first heard the album, when I heard his voice, I said, that's Joe. Mind you, I didn't even read the liner notes at the time, but I was like, he sounds like Joe. But when I looked at the liner notes and seen the background vocals and found out it was Joe Thomas, I said, oh my God. I did not know other artists can be background for other people. Even though he wasn't a feature, but for people to still know that's Joe on the record, that was everything to me. You know what I'm saying? But being the background vocalist on that record.
Yeah. And then for Ronnie to let Brandy produce this record. She didn't write the record. She produced the record. So to let her produce this record and for y'all to say that it's one of the best productions on the album, that says something. You know what I'm saying? Like Elise just said, like, the lyrics to her, because she's a writer. If y'all don't know by now, Elise is a writer and she's a stickler for lyrics. Like, it just is what it is. And that's what I love about her. Because she makes me look at songs and be like, wait a minute, that title don't make sense. Like,
I'll be like, Child, do you really know what that song talking about? He be like, what? I'm like, just go Google it and just look at it. Like, I'm like, that's not what that's about. You be like, here you go. It's not.
I do. And that's what she did with this, because I love Angel Disguise so much. But when we broke it down with Tyler, if you read the lyrics, it's really the devil in disguise.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the devil in disguise. But like we said on the episode, and I think Brandy's image, you can't call it devil in disguise. You know what I'm saying?
No song with devil.
Yeah, it would have just remove
it wouldn't have made
people.
sense for her.
It wouldn't have made sense. So Angel, because she's this angel image, and you know what I mean? So it was just like, I get it, but then I was like, this song is the shit. Like, if you don't like this song, like something wrong. Like you bugging the production and Joe and just everything. And Brandy comes out of that freaking bridge and just
But you know what? At least got me thinking. At least you got my thinking now.
Yeah.
Sitting back, think about any of this, guys. You know how in relationships, guys, when we talk about, you know, how people want to show you who they are. When you sit back and think too, like, doesn't it remind you like people who do this camouflage? And I guess when they show you they are an angel, they're not quote unquote an angel. So doing that now, sitting back, they could be the devil in disguise. But we know because of some lyrics are talking about somebody that's not honest, not being truthful. You know?
I mean, very true.
Very true. But when, like, I get what Elisa's saying, like when you break down those lyrics in its totality, it is talking about somebody that is not a trustworthy person or a liar. You know what I'm saying? So I think I get what Elisa's saying about the camouflage of it all. Somebody can show you who they are when you first meet them, but when you get into that relationship, it's somebody that's totally different. So I get it, Lisa. I truly understand why you said what you said.
And from this first song, it was like, what the fuck Brandy going through?
That part.
Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Because before, she's the girl that wouldn't sing songs like this. Now, if Monica would have did a record like this, it would have been like, okay, yeah, all right, I got it. Okay, good. But to Brandy to do something and to really get into the song, you like, that girl going through something. But again, you ain't going through the album yet, so you don't know yet. You know what I mean? You just knew that her and her man, Wanye, just broke up. Yes.
They did.
So we know they just broke up, not knowing that she's going to put all this shit in the music. You know what I'm saying? But when you heard Angel in Disguise, you like, what ride are we about to go on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, whoa. You know what I mean? And then to go into The Boy Is Mine.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, wait a minute. She fighting over this man. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, she fighting. And I think by the time we all got the album, I was about damn sick of The Boy Is Mine. Like,
they played it so much.
I didn't need to hear it anymore. I was just like, ugh.
13 weeks of #1 chart. It was a rap. Like, I think they just.
I never liked that song from the first time I heard it.
Really?
Wow, Lisa. Wow. I love it.
Like back then, everybody else loved it. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. But I didn't love it. It was just a song.
Okay.
It didn't do nothing for me. And plus, I don't be wanting to hear about nobody fighting over no fucking man. Fuck that shit.
Well, let me say this.
I ain't never been about that life.
If you know Elise, not at all.
But I was
fighting over no damn nigga. Shit.
Well, you know, at least I was a wee lad. So, you know, when I was young, when I first heard it, it was dope. You know, I was, a huge Brandy fan. But I think when I seen the concept of the video, the Jerry Springer thing, I'm like, wait, because Jerry was big at the time.
Yeah.
Seeing Monica, because mind you, I think I first got introduced to Monica. I know we don't want to talk about Monica too much, but Monica at that time when she was doing, the second album. But with that being said, when it comes down to it, like, it was a genius kind of marketing skill what they were trying to do. But
I love you so much.
Truth is truth. Hey, I speak truth to power. I'm sorry. But when I look back at it at the time, like, it was very genius of how the way they were marketing both of them at that time. Because I think at that time, mind you, I didn't even really know too much about Monica's first album. Yeah. But when I first who she was, I'm like, okay, we got Ali and then we got Brandy. I'm like, okay, we got Monica. Who is this girl? I heard the first night. And then when they were getting ready to do the Boys, I'm like, this is dope. Whatever constant they got going on, fighting over a man, quote unquote. Right. We truth. It was just really dope to see that you got these two, these two R&B girls that's really making a name for themselves at the time because it's very hard. But I mean, for that to go on, I love to see, duets and stuff. And they were kind of comparing it too to, I don't know if y'all heard this through the years, they compared The Boys Mine to Michael and Paul McCartney's song.
Yes, they did. Yes.
And I agree with that because that song took off. And I remember when we did our battle with Static versus LaShawn.
Yeah.
Chart history had just now, I think it's the second most I think #1 single of all time at this point now. Yeah, in 2022 they just announced it. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
so we sometimes because right now, I mean, as I'm old now, like I don't want to hear no more. I mean, I'm an adult. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Well, the young generation to get to know it now, I think is really dope. That it resurges back over and over through time.
Yeah, I think it was definitely the perfect thing to do. The strategy that they went with and all that, it was perfect because again, I love how she said in the ultrasound interview, she said, "I'm not saying I want to be down." She said, "The boy is mine." Period. Period. She's saying the boy is mine. Period. Literally, she was saying that. Hey, Adina, but man, I'm just saying. But she was like, yo, the boy is mine. So I want y'all to realize I'm not the 15-year-old that y'all fell in love with. You know what I mean? I'm 19 now. I'm in this new space, and I want y'all to know, like, I'm letting y'all know this boy is mine. So I get it. The promo was ridiculous. The song was #1 for 13 weeks. They deserved the Grammy. You know what I mean? They deserved that Grammy. You know what I mean?
So beautiful in the video.
Didn't they though? Oh,
Beautiful.
Stunning.
They look good.
They look
Two
good.
dark sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Running
They
the charts.
So pretty.
And they look so pretty.
Polished and
yes.
like they look like stars.
Yes. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And it was great. But like we said, you ain't got to listen to the shit no more.
Yeah, that's on my list of songs that I don't ever have to hear again.
Ever. When I listen to this album now, I skip it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not yet.
I don't. I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'd be like, I don't know who got the boy, Monica or Brandy, but it don't matter to me anymore. So I'm not in that no more. So I'll be like, let's go to Learn the Hard Way.
Oh,
that's no jam.
This is my third favorite song on the album.
Oh,
period.
I love that song.
And to know that this was one of the songs that Rodney, Brandy, LaShawn, Fred, with these one of 4 songs that they made in 5 days.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like they did 4 songs and it made Craig and Paris excited about them working together.
That's dope.
It was like, oh, okay, this is what y'all doing. We like it. So this actually sealed the deal for Rodney to be the executive producer of the album. It sealed the deal because they wanted, and I was like, this song? I was like, oh my God, because y'all know I probably done posted this on my Instagram so many freaking times. Like, I love the ad-libbing that Brandy ad-libbing. I said ad-libbing. Ad-libbing. that she does on this. And it's like, oh my God, like you could tell that girl was going through some shit. Like, she like, oh nigga, you gonna learn the hard way. You made the wrong choice. You told me lies, treated me bad. And now, all of the time. And you gonna go over there, you gonna learn the hard way. You gonna learn I love this record. I said, okay, baby, we got from Angel in Disguise, The Boy Is Mine, to Learn the Hard Way. I was like, poor Brandy. That girl going through some ish right now. And just Learn the Hard Way is just such a gem to me. So Brandy gem. I love it.
Yeah, and I know Rodney talked about it too. I was watching Amadeus interview he did, and he talked about how he found a lot of these tracks off a cliche of books. And I was like, cliche of books? Yeah. So that's how we got Angel in Disguise and Learn the Hard Way and stuff. Because a lot of these tracks off the song were cliches. So I'm like, wait a minute. But how would you make a cliche into a song? So whatever LaShawn was writing, shout out to LaShawn, rest in peace to him, that pen.
Yes.
Him and shout out Tracy Hill too, and Japede, I can't say his name, Japede, how he was definitely a part of that process too.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I can't think his name, but he's sadly passed away through the years. Oh. But he played definitely a huge role into that Dark Child production as well, Jar. But when I heard Learn the Hard Way, I love how the way it hits because, like I said, every track you're going through something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You hear the background voice, she's like, I mean the same. I'm like, okay, what? Like, Brandy, you are giving me blood. I don't know what you're going through, girl, but it's like your voice is making me understand somebody's really, really having to go through what you have went through, and now you want, I guess, payback.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, because hell, you fuck me, I'm gonna fuck you. So,
Right.
So, but at the same time, when you hear Learn the Hard Way, it's like, wow, she is deeply, deeply speaking her truth.
Yeah.
And it's like going to that. I'm like, Lord, I mean, y'all, it's a monster. All these tracks are monster, but that one definitely it hits the heart.
Yeah. That one is a gem on that one. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So then we go to Almost Doesn't Count. Whoo.
And
Look. Just to know that this is a country type of song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Brandy, so she put so much soul in the record.
Yeah.
Because I mean, come on, it speaks to her story of this. Because what's the first lyric? Almost made you love me.
Almost made you cry. I'm like, girl, almost made
you happy, baby. Did
not.
Baby!
Yes! And now this is the one my mom played over and over and over. Like, don't get me wrong, she was like The Boy Is Mine and she was like Angel of the Sky, but she loved this.
Oh, wow.
And if when I would get in her car, this is what she would be playing. And this is the one me and her would sing together. It was like, you know what I mean? It was a moment that me and her would sing together. Now, were we on key? Absolutely not. But it was that moment, and it was like, mind you, how old was I when this album came out? 98. So I was 12 when this album came out. So I'm like, I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? But again, I'm the emotional listener, so I'm feeling Brandy's emotion on this record. Yeah. And I'm like, anytime I'm singing and I'm closing my eyes, and I see when Brandy sings this, she closes her eyes a lot.
Yes.
And she feels that. And you feel her, girl. You're like, now the video, y'all.
I love the video. It had that Latin thing to the background vocals. What is that, Elise?
Video.
Oh, you didn't know it was a video?
I said, what is wrong with the
video? What is wrong with the video? I just thought it was weak to me.
I get it. And they were promoting the double platinum era too, Jared. You got to think about this. Double platinum was promoting it like heavily. So, you know, they probably too, you know what I'm saying? But I think it tied in with those beats, that production that Riley was doing with the Latin thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know it's Dwayne do it.
Yeah, and I think it tied in with that lonely feeling because it's just basically her in the it ain't supposed to be splashy or big.
That's true.
It's supposed to be subdued because that's the mood of the song. It's a country song.
That's true. Yeah. And she wearing a country hat in the video. She riding on the back of a country, like a 4x4. So okay, I got it. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. I think I wanted. See, she was so huge. So I wanted Brandy's videos to be like extra. You know what I'm saying? And like y'all said, for a song like this, it don't require that.
No. And then, like Elise said, the contrast of the coloring of it too. Like when you look at it, it had like a sepia tone to it. Like Elise said, it had that gloomy, dark feel. I think people didn't get
like one of those country girls, the pop country girls videos. And I think that's what they were trying to convey.
Yep, like the Faith Hill and Shania Twain.
It was giving big Shania energy.
That's true. Okay, makes sense. Okay,
but
I got it.
Too. It had the Latin feel too. That's why I said the Latin with the wedding and stuff, with the the culture. You know what I'm saying? I think like Elise said, I'm thinking I'm understanding what Elise saying. It's connecting to it's crossover people. Crossover.
Yeah.
And when you look it did hit every type of thing. I mean, Gerald, you see 20-some years later, the fans go crazy over that song. I said,
They do. Yeah.
Ooh, I can believe that.
Do you know before I bought the album, on the verse, I thought she said she gonna find me. I thought she said I'm gonna find me some money. That's what
I did too.
I thought that for the longest time.
Me too.
Until I read, because the lyrics are in the thing, and I remember I was like, I've been saying this shit wrong.
So wrong, y'all.
I don't fix it. I still say that.
At least no.
I sure do. Gonna find me some money. Not afraid to let go.
No way.
You ain't lying. I used to do that too until it was like, I'm gonna find me somebody. And like, okay, good. But I thought it was money too. But I love when she do this live. I just love it. Especially now with her voice. Now, you know what I'm saying? Where her voice has changed, you know what I'm saying? Hello, full moon people. But, you know, where her vocals have changed and it's so rich now. And the way she does it, and I just love when she do it. I love it.
Beautiful.
But at the end of the gonna find me some money verse, when she when she goes, the part when she's saying, but every time you build me up, you know, I like that her voice won't. I like that it was kind of cracking, not even, kind of cracking.
A little bit, yeah.
Like not even cracking, like kind of scratchy almost.
Yeah.
Because that it conveyed that feeling.
Yeah.
That like you about to cry. Because I've said that time. It's like every time you build me up, you only bring me down.
Real shit.
This song is amazing. Like I related so heavy to this song. That song would make me cry. And if you catch and play it on the right day or wrong day now, it'll make me cry.
Oh, okay. So
that feeling of just frustration and you love somebody. Yeah, you can't keep on loving me. One foot outside the door. I feel
you better.
Yeah, Shelly Pickens.
Hesitation of a heart that's never really sure.
Yeah, Shelly Pickens, she wrote the record. I love that she talked a little bit about it, how she said a guy she liked in college kind of broke her heart. That's where she got the inspiration for that. It was somebody.
Okay.
You can relate to your heart from what you got in real life, and then relating, Brandy's relating to these records. Like you said, y'all, she's picking records that she's going through.
Exactly. Because it's like she didn't write this one, but it still continues to tell this story she's telling through this album. You know what I mean? Like,
in the songs, it's like giving up. It's like, maybe I'll be here, maybe I'll see you around. You know, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, like, this is what we're gonna do, I guess. Almost doesn't count, I guess. So.
At the end, she don't belt. She goes down and gets calmer because that's just like,
she's happy.
I did what I could. Basically in the song, she's like, I holler, you know?
Yeah. Yes. I agree.
And she interpreted that perfect. You weren't supposed to get, you know, because she did, and almost. No, that's not. It's a resignation. It's like.
I agree.
She didn't need the belt at the end. Yeah. It didn't.
So they made with the vocal production of this, they made a good choice of doing it.
I think it was Fred.
No,
that did.
It was Guy Roche.
He did do the vocal production too? Okay. Got you. Okay. Top of the world, people.
I think that's when I got introduced to the rollout of Never Say Never, actually. It was
okay.
Boy Is Mine to me. Because when I actually watched it on the box and I was like 8 years old, I said, oh, snap, what is this? And then I seen her dad say she had going up and defying gravity. Look, but I think I love that record. For me, I like the remix actually better with Fat Joe. I'm just gonna be honest, even though
Me too.
I don't streaming platforms, but it is what it is.
Right.
How I think at that time, like you said, Joe, when we were just talking about how she kind of superseded Aaliyah at the time. And she really was getting a lot of flack. Cause y'all, like you said, I think too, if you think about it, it may be, she may have been talking about that sophomore jinx. Like, can she do it again? Is she on top of the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, it really, I loved it. And then it was very kiddish. You know what I'm saying? And I was young. I connect to, I'm 8, 9. I'm seeing Brandy, has a little, I guess, the kiddish side of top of the world with the dance and stuff like that. She had, the same outfit with the sneakers and stuff. Like, looking back at it a lot, it was really dope, and she was on top of the world at the time. I mean, she dominated Cinderella. So looking at that with Mace, featuring on track, this is around the time Bad Boy took over.
Yeah, Bad Boy's on fire by then. You know what I mean? So to have Mace on it.
It was dope. It was genius. Like I said, this album was very genius marketing, how the way they kind of picked people. Even though we knew Rodney was over everything. Shout out to Gordon Chambers telling me that part.
Slow down, Mace. You're killing them. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We gonna go there. We gonna go there.
I think very. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just saying it was just very great how the way it was kind of marketed. But that's not the first time. I think that was like the first thing I knew that she was getting ready to come out with an album.
Okay.
But I was telling before we got on, I was telling JR that I like this song. I think it's a nice little bop. It makes me happy, but I don't think this song fits on the album at all.
It doesn't.
It does not. But I think it's a great song, and I know why it's there. But you could take it off for me, and I love the song. Actually,
I get it.
I liked it then. I still like it. It makes me happy. But yeah,
I get it because you got to think.
This is a dark album.
She's telling this story about a relationship, and then you go to all these 4 songs you got was so like down. Then you go to Top of the World. Like, to me, she could have put the next record that's after this, You Don't Know Me, makes a lot of sense to come right after Almost Doesn't Count, because in what this song is talking about still gives you the theme of what Angel Disguise, The Boy Is Mine, Learn the Hard Way, Almost Doesn't Count. It fits that theme, because Top of the World don't fit that. You know what I mean?
Or if you were gonna keep Top of the World, because it is a song. I think it was needed for the time, because she needed like a bop. But
she needed a happy record.
But they should have put it closer to the end of the record.
And happy and
telling a story. That you telling a story here, and then that disrupts the story. It's confusing.
It is. I get it.
So if you're gonna keep it, just put it in a different spot. It don't make sense to have it in the middle of the album. No.
Yeah. But I think the remix could have been on there. I feel the remix. I like the remix better.
Me too. Me too. Big Pun and Fat Joe killed that.
I mean, I do too, and I don't really care for Mace, but I like Brandy singing the song. Like, her singing the song makes sense. It just don't make sense right there.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, and I
Almost Doesn't Count. Where she's giving up on, and then you on the top. Yeah, you're gonna get to the top of the world, but not right after. You like, no. Yeah.
Even though
even
though I'm so used to the album now, and when Brandy, like y'all said, when Brandy comes down or Almost Doesn't Count, then you hear dum dum dum. Like, I'm here for it, but then I'm like, wait, we're happy. Okay, you just told me like Almost Doesn't Count, but now you're like, I'm just trying to be me, doing what I gotta do. Like, I'm like, okay, but I'm cool with it. And like Elise said, I get why I was on there. You know what I mean? You get it, but it kind of messes up the flow, and I get it. I totally get it. It could have been a dope B-side.
I think just mid-thought, I think I just changed my mind, though.
Why?
When you just said the lyrics. Because she's saying some people think that I'm sitting on top of the world. Maybe it do make sense.
Wait a minute.
Because people think, oh, wait a minute. See, I can admit I'm wrong. Because she's saying, I'm just trying to do what I got to do. Maybe that's what I got to do, get through this heartbreak. But people think that my life is perfect because I'm a star and I look
in the interview.
So maybe.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just telling you guys that I'm just letting y'all know, like, this guy is doing me so dirty But y'all thinking that I'm at the top of the world right now, but I'm going through the worst heartbreak right now. So I'm just trying to do what I got to do to get through this. But let y'all know, y'all might see me up here, but I'm feeling this. And then you got your boo Mace on there with you.
Oh, some people say they're not the same girl.
Yo, another cold case moment.
So, and I'm so about lyrics, and I didn't catch that until you sang it, and I was like, what? Wait a minute.
But I think
actually it do make sense. It's like I'm going through this heartbreak, and y'all think I'm sitting on top of the world. Y'all think I'm the same girl. God damn it.
A cold case moment, baby.
But you know, like you said, at least I think what could have caught us off guard too is the production, because it's just an upbeat, happy song.
Right.
They pulled that trick on us. It's upbeat. That don't mean it's happy.
No, right? No, I'm saying I agree with you, sis. But I'm saying, like, for me in my brain, I'm thinking it's upbeat and happy. But I feel like to me in my brain, it was like a playhead song, like y'all hating on me, da da da. But like you said, with the lyrics, they're saying that she's not happy, but the beat is making me think she is happy, but it's not happy. You know what I'm saying?
She's not happy. Yeah. It's because that's what, and then after you come off.
Something said that my life's a fairy tale. Everything is so right. I wish that they would know the truth. My life is real, so please don't get it twisted. God damn, Brandy. You got it, girl.
Be right there.
And in the video,
moment,
you know, bopping around, defying gravity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God!
And I know that for myself, that just because a song sound like it's happy, I know this from songs from the 70s. You think this disco bop is this happy song, and that shit's sad as fuck or trifling as fuck. I'll be damn.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Yes, good song. Yes. A cold case moment. We have did it. What up, Dart?
So I retract my statement. Actually, it makes perfect sense for that song to be.
Yeah, Dart. Since we got Dart Jr. on here, it made sense. Connect them dots, baby. There it is. Because it makes sense going into the next record. You don't know me like you used to.
God. See, that's why you gotta make sure all you think about it, you're like, oh, wait a minute.
I knew that was a heartbreak. Shit, I knew that.
But I just never thought about it.
It's an aggressive type of record. You don't know me, it's so aggressive.
I like the remix.
I like it. And the we've been through.
Yeah. Oh, that one, and then the Brandy Shantae, that's the one my mom bought for me.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I got that single. It's so crazy. I made my mom get me that single. That's how much I already had the album already. I made her give me the single so I could get those remixes.
Oh yeah. That was when they were really rolling out the singles. Those singles was burning out.
Yeah, they were burning out them. I think she had about 8 singles off this album?
Yeah,
7 to 8?
7 to 8, yep.
Crazy. So you don't know me. I love, this is the type of production that I love from Rodney.
It was six official singles.
6 official? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So was Angel Skies a radio?
It had to be something, because
we got to believe. Remember, y'all, it wasn't a single.
Right. But it was on the Hot 100. But clearly, people don't know what singles mean. Have a radio single, people.
Oh, wow, I was like 7 to 8. Because there was a lot of singles that was.
And you know, stations is going to play what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to play with what they want. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people love Angel in Disguise. So I think radio just started going with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. They just started getting with it. But You Don't Know Me is so aggressive. It comes in boom, 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 boom. That type of production that Rodney did is really a favorite of mine. I love, that is the sound that kind of made me familiar, go back to what I knew of Rodney. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because what he gave Aaliyah on Everything's All Right, on 1 in a Million, but then the type of sound he gave Mary on Share My World, he kind of gave I Can Love You and Share My World and Searching and them type of joint. It was like, oh, I know this type of sound. Okay. And what he did with You Don't Know Me, it was just, and Brandy is like riding that beat like an MC to me. Like, she's,
So back to Angel of Disguise, there were 6 pressed singles. Angel of Disguise was a radio single released January 21st, 1999, for that person that said it wasn't a single. January 21st, 1999, case closed.
Boom!
Case closed!
Ooh boy! Ooh boy!
I said, you don't know me. See, I could tell she was pissed. When I hear this record, this is a breakup record to me. Like, was a manipulation. But you don't know me. Oh, that was like, child, no. You didn't make me mad. You do not know me. I don't know you.
Yeah.
And she like said it real sweet, you know, like sad. It's like stages of grief. So first she's like sad, you know, but now she had the anger part of it. At the beginning, it was a little bit of denial, and then now you at anger.
Yeah, she pissed because she said, "How you put that thing on me? I wish we never
This way I wouldn't be lonely no more." What?
Yes. She like, I wish we never met. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, she like, you know what I'm saying? How could you lie to me after all that we've been through? You know what I'm saying? Like she's talking to him. She's like, okay, she's talking to Wanye. I'm done with saying who, but she was talking to Wanye. Like that's who she was talking to. And then it was just like, she like, remember what you said when you stepped up on the scene. You got into my head. You literally got into my head. And now she like, I wish I never even met you. You don't know me like you used to know me. Like the man that I met 2 years ago.
You know what it made me think of? Like the directness of it. It made me like just like kind of a like petty. It made me think of Faye saying, "We can't even be. You can't even be my friend, nigga." That's what made me think.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's her. That's that Brandy. You gets no love. That's her.
Yes.
You get no. Oh, agreed.
Like that kind of directness, like that kind of petty. Like, nah, you can't even. No.
Yes.
You can't even speak my name, nigga. Keep my name out your mouth.
Right. Yeah. After all I done gave you, you done got up in my head, and you gonna do this to me?
Exactly, bro. That whole thing was about, and everybody knows this, the whole thing was about Wanye. She confirmed it on Behind the Music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you look back at it, like, Brandy was super young. And when you look back at it, like I said earlier in the show, like, she was finding herself. She's finding at a young age. And mind you, she's 18, 19, this time. In no breakup. Yeah. Starting as an adult, finishing school herself, like, she's learning that, you know, my life is starting as an adult.
Yeah.
And falling in love with this man. And I don't know myself because I'm lost in you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, like she was lost a lot. I mean, these lyrics, and like Alisa saying, she's not happy. She is really dimming her light to try and find some peace. But in this relationship, she knows it's falling apart.
And I love the fact that, like we said when we talked with Tyler on our show, how we was like, yo, this is really a dark album for real. It's like dark. It's very dark. And I think, again, like how we said in the beginning, Brandy needed to get this out.
Yes.
She had so much to talk about. She didn't want to talk about that normal, I love you, this and da-da-da. She wanted to be like, nigga, I'm pissed. You done broke my heart. I need to spill this. I need to talk about it. I need an outlet. And finally, I think when Rodney understood her vision, it was like she was in. It was like, all right, somebody got me. They let me part of this process. Let me, LaShawn, I'm gonna tell you my life, and you write down them lyrics. You know what I mean? So it's my life. So I know, like, look, I'm sitting by you. I'm like, look, this nigga done did some dirty, cruddy shit. Like, write these lyrics down for me. And LaShawn had that pen, like, and Rodney was on his keyboard, like, do, 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 do. Like, it was just a match made, you know what I mean? And I think You Don't Know Me really was a moment for me. With production, it was like, ooh, Rodney, this is some different flavor, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, now this is Brandy's sound. This is hers. You know what I mean? Like, we know Aaliyah had her sound with Timbaland and Missy. They gave her that sound. Now Brandy has one of her own, and I think You Don't Know Me really did that, to be honest.
I agree. That's why I had the album. That's what made me want to know the album. I agree.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we go to Never Say, Never Say, Never Say Never, the title track.
Yes.
Now this is Brandy, like, player hater type of record, and I'm gonna be real. We always real on here, but to be honest with you, I think this was Brandy going at her management. Yep. I think this was Brandy going at everybody because her and Mace was together.
That part.
And what's the first lyrics that she said? Whoever thought a guy, whatever, you know what I'm saying, would ever have a girl like me.
Like me. Mm-hmm.
Nobody, it's like basically Bobby and Whitney type of thing. Mm-hmm. Nobody, image-wise, would ever thought that Whitney would ever go with Bobby, right? Yeah. Brandy, the same thing. Everybody would never think that she would go with Mace. Nobody ever saw that. Management wasn't here for it. Nobody was here for it. So she like, you know what? Never say never. You're not going to play hate on us. She's saying PhD in the record. And who says that a lot? Mace used to say that. Playing hater's degree. He will always say that. That was her moment, was saying, y'all, this is my dude. And at the end, look at the credits, y'all. She's bigging up Cameron and them in this album, in her thank yous. So why would she big up Cameron and them? That's Mace people. She like Harlem World. What's up? Like, really?
I agree, bro. And you know what? When I listen to Never Say Never, I feel like Never Say Never and Learn the Hard Way, the tempo sound just like to me.
Yeah.
Because you know that's Rodney. Rodney was production. You gotta tell like certain little. That's why I say the tracks flow so perfectly in this album. But like I said, I love that record too. It reminds me kind of like a Top of the World record. You know what I'm saying? They remind me so much because the topics are related to, like, you know, you don't know who I am, you don't know how big I am, but at the same time is don't doubt me, because never say that you never can do anything. But in this song, it's just talking about the relationship she had with Maze. Yes, I do agree 100%. It is talking about that, but it's like you don't know who I am. At the end of the day, is if nobody doesn't know about us, we can stay together because it's never say never. You know what I'm saying? You never say never to me, I never say never to you. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much we as one. You know what I'm saying? We as one.
Yeah.
But I never say never, Learn the Hard Way. I don't know if they could have been back to back, but they sound just like
they really do. They do. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And then,
but I love.
I do, and I love when she did it on when we saw it on Ultrasound, and she was actually doing the background and doing the ad-libs on the record. You know what I mean? Even though MTV, we know what that was about. The song was already done, the album was already done. They just had Brandy go in there and act like she was recording the song, and we know how this goes. We know how the politics and shit go. To, you know what I mean? But it was like, okay, Brandy. Like, it was like, to me, this was Brandy, like, I'm talking my shit to everybody. Like, y'all not gonna tell me who I can't be with. Y'all not gonna tell me what I can't do. Y'all not gonna tell me again. Brandy had a lot of shit to get out. And on this first half, baby, she was talking her shit. You know what I mean? She was really, really talking her shit. So this, if you had the cassette, like me, this was side A. This was the end of side A. So we flip it. We flipping it over. We flipping it over, and we're starting side B with Truthfully.
This is a sleeper for me. This
is a sleeper for me, but not for the same reason.
Well, for me, this is a sleeper, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because I can tell it's a very at least that's sleeping. But you know what, y'all, when I first heard Truthfully for the first time,
Yeah.
I love the record. Even though shout out to Mark Nelson from Ashton, he wrote the record. It's
And
great.
Ex-member of Boys the Men. How convincing is that?
That connection.
Right.
I would have been scared to be in the studio with him, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Okay. Okay.
That's two and a wine. Sorry. But it's great. I heard it was one of Whitney Houston's favorite songs off the album. I heard it was Whitney's favorite song.
Yeah, you told me.
I love Truthfully for me because it's a sleeper, because you can tell she's going through some shit. I'm sorry, but this is a pain deep record she's heard. And it's like, it reminds me, and he lied. You couldn't be truthful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it makes me cry, it makes me sad, y'all, but it hits home because it's like, I can relate to the record because she's saying you're the reason why I will always tell the truth, because the truth lies in me. She's saying I'm honest, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? And you hurt my heart. Now we have to be truthful. Like, I'm truthful, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? But when I listen to that record, it just takes me to a deep, deep, deep sadness, which I'll be honest, it breaks my heart because I've been in a relationship like that. But when I listen to Truthfully, it just takes me to the emotions. It's a very emotional record, and I love it. But I feel like to me, it's the sleep. It's one of my top 3 favorite album cuts.
You know, for me, I think this was another record that Brandy was actually like, because I know Nelson did it, but I think Brandy got co-writing and all that. This
Oh, you know that.
Okay, yeah. Because the part where I think Brandy was getting at Adina, in my opinion, was when she said, boy, I know it's a crying shame, baby. No, you shouldn't blame yourself for what she did. She was insane. Maybe where you go, I will go. Whatever makes you happy, let me know. But my heart will be right there to console you. Basically saying, yeah, she done did you dirty, but I love you so much that I'm still gonna console you. And I think that's when she like, Wanya, you did all this to me. That's why I think this was the early stages of Never Say Never, because this is when she's like, I still love you. Like, you still got that hold on me. You know what I mean? Even though it's like, why'd you do this to me? But, and again, this is a Whitney type of record. I mean, to be honest, if you think about it, and because Whitney would sing a record like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why, where I'm going is with Elise, because Elise is like, sleep, sleep, sleep. Oh, I like how I did that. I did the Aaliyah joint. Sleep, sleep, sleep. And I get it, because I didn't like it at first. I didn't. I was not a fan of Truthfully. I was not a fan.
So in the stages of grief, so the stages of grief, the Kubler-Ross grief cycle: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. This is kind of bargaining / denial. It's like, you hurt me, but I still, I'm still there for you. You're not completely admitting. You're letting somebody know there's a sliver of hope. There's a real streak of light that they could possibly slide back in. Like bargaining, kind of denial. Like, it's that.
Yeah.
This
album is about grief.
Yeah, Elise. Grief.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's why I love
it. That's grief. That's a loss. Anything you lose, grief don't mean death. It's just something you lost.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, but it fits. I mean, it fits on the album. It fits. You know what I mean?
No, it does.
Yeah, it fits. So I mean, again, I didn't, but I'm so into the lyrics now that I'm like, I get it. Back then, I was like, oh no.
She sounds great. She sounds great on it, but
she sounds great. She sounds great.
Sonically, a snooze fest for me.
Yeah,
I get it.
It was a Whitney-esque type of.
Well, you know how I feel about Whitney songs, so that fits.
It fits.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a sleeper. Like, I think
you said what? Amazing voice. That you done sound bored as hell. Arguably the best singer in the world, and the song's still boring as hell.
That's why she had to do so much with it when she did it live.
Whitney done them. I mean, she liked them. But to an extent, but
I get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love Truth. It's one of my favorite ballads. It's a heartbreak ballad, but to me, a lot of people don't talk about Truthfully. Like,
it's not you, sis. Go ahead. You go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I love it, but I do get what it is very gloomy. That's why at least with you, I was like, yeah, it's gloomy as hell.
It's very gloomy. Yeah.
It's gloomy.
Yeah.
But I love it. Mark did some lyrics. I was like, oh, and I told Mark about it too. I DM'd him something that Whitney, somebody made the comment. He was very thankful. He was very appreciative that somebody really loved his record. Mm-hmm.
Ah, nice. Okay, so we get to track number 10. Have You Ever?
I love Have You Ever. I do. As time go on, I don't really listen to it like I used to. But like I said, y'all, double platinum. That movie promoted the shit out of Have You Ever. I'm telling y'all, I remember they played on the radio when I was like in 2000. They were playing it heavily, like all the time. But I remember one time I heard it on the radio, and me and my mom, she blasted it loud. I was like, wow, it did something to me. It is a Diane Warren, David Foster ballad. They was gonna be on the track, child. But I think I like the video more, maybe than the song. I guess. I still love the song. Don't get me wrong. The bridge and all that stuff. But I really love the video. Like, I love the scenery, like how the way the camera goes up the pool area, the house. I just loved it all. You know what I'm saying? But Have You Ever, at the time, for me, I loved it. As the time is going on, I don't listen like I used to. But I don't knock it down. You know what I'm saying? You can tell it was she's trying to get pop line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was the #1 record.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I remember Have You Ever was played a lot growing up for me. It was played a lot.
But you know what? So the thing with Have You Ever now, I absolutely do not like it now. But I did. But I'm always honest. I did like it then. I just don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is not because of the overplaying of it. I just don't like it anymore. But child. But I think that's where you just belting out. You give it your to only to find that one. Like, you just singing. That's shower singing. That's a shower singing song.
And that's what Brandy said. Brandy said that. She said they called it those big notes type of records.
The money notes.
The money notes. That's what it was. The money notes. Yes. Right.
So back then, I actually did like this song, and I actually played it a lot. Yeah. I'm just not into it now, and I'm just not like. Famously, me and Jay always don't really rock with Diane Warren like that.
That's what it is. And even though it's so crazy.
A few songs here and there, but generally.
Yeah. It's just with me with this. I love when she did it live on Jay Leno. And she did it live. And I love it live because Brandy added something to it. And it wasn't all about, because everybody wait for when she comes, when she hitting that note. Like when she does it live, she don't really do it like that. Like she does the melody a little different. She added something different to it, and that's why I like it. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. When she does it live, I'm good. I'm like, okay, I'll sing along to it. You know what I mean? I'll sing along to it. Because in my opinion, I love Fooled by the Moon, and that's Diane Warren's.
Baby!
That was one of the songs that she did, and I guess it was between Have You Ever and Fooled by the Moon. I like actually Fooled by the Moon better than Have You Ever, to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think that was more, I think when you think about it and you listen to Fooled by the Moon, I think Celine Dion could have did something with that, because that was her style of singing, that Diane Warren, David Foster type of thing. Yeah. But I love what Brandy did on the record. You know what I mean? It had a little extra something to me than Have You Ever. But of course, Have You Ever was the one they picked. They was going to make sure this was going to be a #1 record. Aaliyah just did the one I Gave My Heart To. You know what I mean? It was like, all right, we got to get Brandy one. And Monica just did For You I Will, right?
Woo! That was a monster.
So they was like, we got to give her one of these songs. I get it. Yeah. I like when she do it like, it's crazy. Like when she was doing her tribute on Soul Train and they was asking people what their favorite record was. A lot of them was like, Have You Ever? I was like, huh? I was like Kiki Wyatt, she sung it. She started singing Have You Ever on the red carpet. I was like, huh?
But I get the
said, hey, songs touch people in a different way. To me, I just couldn't do it. I just,
But yeah, you said that was definitely a one-year record too. Like that was a definite heartbreak. You could tell she was hurt. She was hurt.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
How much they make you cry.
Yes.
Have you ever needed? And she's talking like this nigga that hurt my heart. He broke me. I'm crying. I'm depressed. I'm sad. It's just like you said, y'all. This is telling her story of the relationship, what was going on back when they were dating. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's true. I mean, it makes sense with the ballad, but like I said too, I just love the video. I really love the video. I really do. Like I really do.
I put my finger. I know what I don't like about the song.
What?
I don't like how. I'm fine with the chorus. I don't.
Yeah.
I like the chorus sound good and it's like thick and then it goes thin to the verses and I don't like that.
Okay.
That's what it was. Because the chorus sounds good. The chorus is like thick and stacked.
Mm-hmm.
The
Brandy's
verses ain't.
Known for that.
It ain't no harmony behind it. It just doesn't. It don't have the same density as a Brandy song should have.
Right.
What it is.
I get that. Oh yeah.
Just to have you at like that part sounds good to me, but it's stacked.
Brandy's known for that.
Stacking, queen of stacking.
Sounds so good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it was a big record for her. You can't deny it. Like the girl gotta perform it because it was a huge record for her. So
for a Grammy for or was it Almost Doesn't Count?
Almost Doesn't Count, I think, was nominated for the Grammy. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Oh shit.
I know, JR. I knew this was coming.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. This next song, Put That on Everything, is my favorite Brandy song ever.
JR, she shouted you out.
Okay. But Put That on Everything. Oh Lord. Everybody knows me and knows that this is my favorite song ever because of my cousin Desmond. I remember, and the album came out on his birthday, like I said in the beginning of the show, June 9th. And I remember the week after we got it, we was headed to South Carolina, and my mom and dad started driving or whatever, and we got to like North Carolina, and I just remember my mom and dad was like, look, we done with driving. Y'all get in the front. I couldn't drive shit, but so Desmond was like, all right, I'll drive. And I was like, I'll sit up there with you. And, my family are music heads. So it's a musical family. So we was like, he was like, what you want to hear? I was like, what you think I want to hear? I want to hear Brandy. Like, this album only like a week old. That's all I've been playing. And he hasn't heard it. So we listening to it and we playing it. And it got to Put That on Everything, which was my favorite song before him, before he even heard it. So when he heard it and we're driving and he was like, oh my God, I love that song. And I was like, really? I was like, that's my favorite song, cuz. And he was like, oh my God, rewind it. Don't judge us. We rewinded. We wasn't hitting the, we had a cassette in the car. So I rewinded, and it was just like me and him was having that music moment together. Like it was such a moment for me. So when he passed, it was like that was the first song that I went to, and I remember just bawling because I remember that moment me and him shared with this song. You know what I mean? Because Brandy sounded so beautiful on the record. Like everything about this record to me is just so perfect. You know what I mean? And this is again one of the first of the 4 songs that they did to get Rodney to, be the executive producer of the album. So this is the beginning stages where Brandy is like, Wanye, I will climb mountains and swim seas for your love. Like, you don't understand. Like, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Yes, like, yo, so every time I think about this song, I think about him. And sometimes I'll be wanting to cry, but now I just think about the good memories of seeing his face light up when he heard it. And he was like, because my cousin is real weird with songs. Yeah, Desmond, I'm talking about you. but he's very weird when it comes to songs. And he was like in Rome during that time. Y'all know who Rome is, yes. I belong to, like, he would sing that, and I'd be like, this is a horrible song. Like, oh,
that's one of those bad songs that I love.
yes.
Riley.
Yes, it's a horrible song.
It's not horrible, and I fucking love it.
It's I love it too. But that's all he was playing. He was playing that, and this is 98, and he's still playing Love Always by Casey and JoJo.
Don't do it.
I'm not. I ain't gonna do it. So these are the albums that he's playing. He wasn't a lot of that mainstream cat. Like when it came to Brandy, it was like he wasn't on her like that. Like it wasn't his bag like that. Because this is the time where neo soul is about to start making this break in. So he was still on D'Angelo, Erica. Like this is where he is. So this Brandy stuff, he like, nah, I ain't feeling. You know what I'm saying? So the first half, y'all know I'm in the car going, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? And then we get to Truthfully, and I just remember him like, oh, okay, we riding. And then we got to Have You Ever, and I saw him actually liking that too, which I was like, okay. But then when he got that, put that on everything, and he was hearing it, and I was just like, you like this? Like, you really like, he was like, yo, rewind that. Anything else? He didn't want to, but this song, he wanted to rewind. And it just brings me back to him and us having that moment, and Brandy doing her own backgrounds on this record that me and Elise played on our show, our radio show, when we said people doing their own background, because Brandy is doing her own backgrounds on this shit. Eating it up. You hear me?
That song,
Ooh.
that song, you need a fork and a knife. That song is thick. That song,
Oh my God, so thick.
It's meaty. It's just like,
oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like I can't.
I can see being truly in love. Like if I ever wanted to listen to that record, like even though we know the whole theme of the album, but something about that record is just, it's like people don't know the sacrifices when you do for love. And something like that, Gerald, like I love when you say the lyrics, like I walk you through the desert heat, I climb a mountain highest peak, I swim the river in the deepest seas. I said, girl, if there ain't no damn love, I don't know what love is. Love is something like that, where I want to be in love with. You know what I'm saying? That is the most biggest thing you can do, like Elise talks about with lyrics. Like, I don't know so much about metaphors and stuff, but the way those lyrics are hitting is really touching. I want to be in love like that. I want somebody to treat me like that.
Girl, yes!
That song right there is Love, Love, Love. And Brandy and the ballad, the way they hit.
She was
and the way Brandy shouted you out, Gerald, that's what I really loved about it too. I think what makes all the difference in the world too, even though you and Des share that moment, I think for her to put that on verses, because Brandy, you did say it, girl. Truth is truth. Cast the playback. I love you, girl, but truth is truth. But in all honesty, like for her to say that's a fan favorite for what you said, Gerald, and people love that song. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People love put that on everything. And mind you, I love Ain't in Disguise. But put that on everything, that's a heart tug. That one tugs your heart. Like that.
When she said, yo, I'll do anything, I swear I take the pain and the hurt, you won't know it's there. You want it will be everything. I put that on everything. Oh my God. I'm like, ooh, God damn it, LaShawn with that pen. Whoo! R.I.P. to him. Listen.
The way she said,
I could go 3 hours talking about this record.
The way she said, do the impossible thing, it just cracks me up because she just come out. I can't even.
Impossible thing.
I love it.
Yes.
But yeah, this is my favorite song on the album. For sure.
Yes.
Oh, that's dope.
For
Yes.
sure.
Oh, yeah. They ate this is Rodney and Brandy and Fred and LaShawn, and it was on to something special with this record.
Yeah.
You knew. That's why I think Craig and Paris heard this, was like, oh, this is some special-ish right here. Like, this is something special. We need to keep them together if they making stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just a dope record. So now you get with all that thickness, and then now she does In the Car interlude, which I love it. I love this interlude. You know what I mean? Like, she's just like
it's just B Rocker, her nickname, B Rocker.
Yep.
I'm talking about.
And then he like, I'm sorry, hi Freddie, what the deal, B Rocker? You know what I'm saying? And then he's doing songs on this for Ray J, because that's who he was making. Hello, Jack Holler, whatever your name is, that was very disrespectful. Didn't know that Brandy and Ray J were brother and sister, but she read him for filth, so that was enough. I was good on that. But he was doing a record for Ray J, and she was like, well, what you doing? And she was like, nah, I got a record for you. And she was like, I want to hear it. And then he plays it, and then they go into Happy. Finally a happy song.
I was happy. I was just Happy J on Double Platinum, the movie. That's when I got used to Happy. That's why I knew. I was like, something about this hidden. This album is hidden.
That song is a song that bridged you back to the debut, because that sounds like it could have been on the debut.
Come on, Elise. God damn it. You said that shit.
I just want to dance. I want to do the dance in the head barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah. We are so much fans. That's terrible.
I can't.
With her invisible braids going in, baby. I was like, yes, Brand. A happy record.
Yeah, it's giving you debut album vibes, except it's throwing more hip hop on it than was on the debut. But if you took the beat out, like the way she's singing, the way the song is arranged, it's giving very debut.
Yeah. That first album was Brandy being happy. It was a happy, kiddish type of album, and this is familiar. This is like, oh, she's happy. This is David, yeah, like that, and Best Friend and all that. It kind of.
I have a question. Do you think she should have released Happy instead of Top of the World, or do you think it made sense?
Ooh.
Even though technically Top of the World is not a happy song, we know it now, but it's like, do you think that should have been Happy? Because I mean,
I think the way they did it, honestly, it made a lot of sense. Mace was popping. He was the hot guy. You know, Brandy always had it. She always had a little hip hop flair to her, especially after her doing "I Want to Be Down" remix. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, now if she didn't bring out that, because "I Want to Be Down" still got that oomph to it. But if Mace wasn't on Top of the World and it was her by herself, then I would have been like, no. But with Mace on it and the promo that was going out and Mace was hot as fish grease, it made sense. Happy, I feel like, is a great album track to me.
And it was her favorite off the album. It's my top 3 album because it's In the Skies, Put On Everything, and Happy. Favorite 3. It gets played, period. I love Happy.
Happy it's a good song. Like, it's such a happy song. If the song is called Happy, you're gonna be happy with this record because you're gonna move, you're gonna groove with it, and it was just a good song. You know, I like it.
What's your 3, Sarah?
My 3 favorite on this album, Put That On Everything, One We Ain't Get To Yet, and Learn the Hard Way.
Never mind. I know mine.
Mine is Put That On Everything, Almost Doesn't Count, and Learn the Hard Way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. I was next yet. It's not there yet, but I know.
We ain't get there yet. Yes. Okay. So we get to One Voice, which I'm gonna let Chasity talk about this because she actually interviewed the writer of this song. She is the writer of this song. And so, sis, yes, go off.
crazy because I think around this time, y'all, I actually DM'd Gordon. I love Gordon to this day. Shout out to Gordon Chambers. He's actually the songwriter of
legendary songwriter.
Legendary. I mean, he did If You Love Me by Brownstone, Anita Baker. Like, it's just, that man is a legend, and I love him to this day. He is why I am who I am.
Yeah.
He so crazy, y'all. He was my first ever interview ever in history in my life. I got a Grammy Award songwriter. I said, who does that? I guess me. I don't know.
You better. Oh.
It was so dope. I got to interview him. I was at the time, I was before I did my page. I did a Brandy fan page, and I was like, the anniversary's coming up. I'm excited. I want to get to interview somebody. And One Voice has been one of those songs that really is a beautiful record. I told Gordon on the show I wanted it to be my graduation song. I think like 2 or 3 years later after, 2 years later after I graduated high school when I realized it. But it's one of those records that will really just touch the soul and touches the heart. And it speaks about a lot of stuff, what we go through in life. And it was just amazing. I love how Gordon was saying at the time, it was actually supposed to be for Celine Dion. This was not for Brandy. It was supposed to be for Celine.
Yes, he did say that. Yes.
But the thing about, I don't know what happened. I don't know if she wanted, something happened where she didn't get the record. So Craig, like you said, y'all, pitched it to Brandy. So at first he was kind of confused. He was like, huh, Brandy? He wasn't really too sure. But when he got the song back, he said the song made him cry. He was saying that song was meant for her. And I agree with him 100% because Celine was hot at this time. She was big, you already know Titanic was taking over everything.
Yeah.
But at the time, he didn't understand it. But when he heard her singing, he was like, this was meant for a young teenage girl for this song. And I get, UNICEF, this was like the theme of that song at the time when Brandy, was growing up. And he really, really said when he heard it for the first time, it made him cry. And it touched me because I didn't really know how much she impacted older adults that way. You know what I'm saying? I knew how much it touched me. Right. But when I heard him, when he interviewed on my show, because it touched me, it was just very monumental to see somebody that a song that they wrote that they think was going to be for somebody. But when you got a young teenage girl like Brandy singing this song, it really hit home. And he was very, very proud. And he said he sung it for her, I think, years later. At the time, I think this one she made 25 years on the Brandy one with her career. And they honored her. I think I forgot what country it was, but they honored her and he played One Voice for her.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Sung it back to her. And this is around the time, I think, Whitney, years later when Whitney passed. I mean, this was like, Brandy was literally 25 years in her career. And then, she was such he sung, he just honoring her. It was just amazing. I got to give, Gordon so much respect because without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So Gordon Chambers, if you ever see this, I love you. You really, really have opened the doors for me when nobody did. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have to take a chance on me.
Oh, girl, he will see this clip.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
But for the
yes.
But for the most part, y'all, without Gordon Chambers, with his contributions to this album, and he made it very clear, Rodney know who he wanted. So if you weren't on this album, you was not getting on this album.
Yeah, I heard that.
Being honest. But for him to be touched by that song and what Brandy did for him, he was very proud. And he was like, it belongs to the right person. He was right with the lyrics when it talks about what we go through in life and just being that one voice for somebody and for yourself.
Right.
It goes to show you in life who you can be. And I just love the song. And I thank Gordon from the bottom of my heart for what he did.
I think with this, it took Brandy back to her gospel roots.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because if you think about on the debut, you knew that she had the gospel voice. You know what I mean? But I think the song that was mostly her because this is the time where artists, our R&B artists, used to do a gospel song, one gospel song, and put it on their album. They would remake it. And to me, I think Brandy, you knew she had that gospel in her, period. She came from the church. Look at who her daddy is. So when she did like Give Me You off the debut, I think that was kind of her gospel thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like her God, but this was to me, and then to have BB Winans on it, you had her dad singing background on it. It was like a full circle moment for her because her being in church made her fall in love and finding that one voice in herself to believe in her voice, because we all know that labels did not get on Brandy. She didn't get casted a lot. She, you know, and she was like, I'm going to use my voice. This thing is a talent and I'm going to use it. And I think that's why this song went to the right person.
I agree.
Because she used her voice to get where she is and look where she is today. You know what I mean? So Gordon Chambers, yes. Beautiful, beautiful.
And Phil Glaston too. Shout out to him too. He definitely
yes. Oh, baby. Track 15, baby. We talking about tomorrow. That's number 2 for me. Now we can say it. Put that on everything tomorrow and learn the hard way. But baby, tomorrow, Brandy wrote the bridge. This was her Wanya story. If you didn't know it from any other song on this album, this song was it. And I'm glad that Rodney said it on the Behind the Music, that this song was her story. She was crying in the studio when she made this record because this was about Wanya. Period. And you can feel it. You knew it.
Yeah, it's the best song off the album for me. Like, JR, I don't want to get emotional, Lord Jesus.
Girl, go there. If you got to go there, I done cried many times on this show. Girl, please.
Tomorrow, when I first heard it back in 2005, this record touched me a lot. I don't know why. I didn't understand it at the time, but this record touched me a lot. Whatever Brandy was going through with Wanya, I get it, what she was going through, because I felt it in 2007 for me. When I listened to that record and her pain and her telling her story, and it's crazy because years later in 2017, after that relationship, I still thought about that with that album. And it's crazy because the ex who I was, he was getting married to somebody else.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to get deep on this show, Jesus. We're not going there.
It's all right.
I heard tomorrow.
Yeah.
Heard the song. It took me.
It's all right. We here, girl. It's all right. It's okay.
It touched me a lot, but it showed me that at the end of the day, there's always a light at the tunnel.
Yeah. It
is. When you speak truth to power, it's gonna tell your story. And even though Brandy told her story back in 98, I told my story in 2007 with Tomorrow. It came back in 2017 and hit me again. But at the same time, I get what she was going through, because you love somebody so much and you get that hurt and that pain. But at the end of the day, she's speaking her truth and saying, tomorrow there's another day. Like I tell people all the time, I know mental health right now, we're dealing with a lot because of this pandemic.
Yeah.
A lot on a lot of people, but everybody doesn't see tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
So when I think about this record and what it did for her, it did a lot for me as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have no regrets about, what happened with my life, but I'm thankful enough I have records like Never Say Never to help me get out through depression.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot out of people. People don't understand, like, life can hit you tough.
Yeah.
I went through a lot in my life,
Yeah.
But I'm thankful for an album like this to help me see that every young woman doesn't have to go through what they went through because somebody broke your heart. But you can also find yourself love in this record. And that's what I love about Never Say Never. And I don't want to get too emotional, but
it's all right, girl. It's okay.
So when I feel like Tomorrow is the best song off the album, it's the best song off the album. It tells my story. It tells my truth, but not even that. It tells that can help a lot of people save their life. Because I want everybody to know that just because right now you're in the present, there's always something in the future. Tomorrow is their record for me. So I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't want to get too emotional. I should have some damn kids. Damn it, damn.
You get emotional
yeah. Have we met, Chasity girl?
Oh, what? That's my record.
Yes. Because it's like, and then I love because she took the power at the end. She said, no, I just can't wait. Tomorrow's too late. I'm leaving you today.
Woo!
Today. I'm out. Like,
yeah.
I gave it to you, but I'm taking my power back and I'm leaving you today.
That's
you know what I mean? And to end it like that. And I love how, like she did what Almost Doesn't Count. Didn't she kind of somber at the end? She did the same thing with this. It wasn't, she did all that belting and all that at the bridge, but she said, whoa, 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 yeah. Like, that's it. It ain't need no more, it ain't need no less. And she ended that. Like, you know what I mean? And for her to take her power back, to be so in love with the guy and be so hurt with him, and just to say, you know what? I gave you all this, but I'm gonna take my power back. I'm out. And that's a powerful moment right there. It's a powerful moment. And sis, again, you took your power back and look where you at today. Girl, you had Gordon Chambers on your first show. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, on an album that you love, you would have never thought that you would have got Gordon Chambers. You know what I mean? So, girl, you got your power back. Power is all the way back, girl. You know what I'm saying? Woo!
That was not fine. This is gonna be a moment on.
Didn't Elise say, have we met? Girl, you know how many times I done cried on this show.
But y'all got my favorite album of all time. So.
Girl, yeah, I knew we were going. I thought I was gonna do it. We'll put that on everything. I thought, because I told you, I was like, sis, I might have it. And what you tell me, let it go, bro. Let it go, bro.
Hey, I'm all about people. Let that shit out. I don't care where you at. If you need to fucking cry.
And it's real.
You walk around with ulcers and high blood pressure and carrying on and anxiety.
Talk about it, sis. Talk about it.
Cry on the damn train. If you need to cry on the damn train, cry. If you need to cry in the middle of the dairy aisle in the grocery store, cry all over that damn milk. Like, if you need to cry.
Yes.
But I finally get to tell my truth that people don't know why the record hit me so much.
Yes. Yeah.
That, a lot of times people have to. I think like I always tell people all the time, if we can't be real with ourselves, who can we be real with? Period.
Don't let me do what I did on your first show and at least cut me off now. But it's be like she slicing me off. Don't do it. Don't do it, sis.
But I have to tell my story to somebody because it can help save somebody's life.
Yes, it can. Absolutely. And that's why me and Elise love doing these shows, because we love to see the impact of what songs and albums can do. And that right there, that moment right there, somebody is going to look at this and they might have not even loved Never Say Never and probably never listened to it. But that moment was a real moment, and they're going to go back and be like, yo, if that could touch her, maybe tomorrow might not. Hell, Happy might do something for them, but they did it because of that moment with you, with Tomorrow. And listen, whoo, that's dope. Okay, I'm not gonna get there because I'm slowly getting to that emotion, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it like Chris. I'm not gonna do it. So we gonna get to the last song. Everything I Do Is For You.
The remake.
Yes.
Why is that on there? Why I hate that song?
Okay, you hate it?
With a passion. I hate the original. I hate that song irks me.
You know why? You know why? Because this is I'm about to tell a little bit of my truth on this joint. As much as I go hard for R&B to the fullest, and I know they be doing stuff online when they be like, who is a person that you listen to that people don't think that you listen to? Bryan Adams. I love Bryan Adams. I've been a fan of him ever since I was like 8, 9 years old. I've been a fan. And because at my grandma's job, God bless her soul, she will only be able to get one station, and this was 98.3. Anybody in Jersey would know 98.3. And this is a station that will play everything, but most likely they played a lot of soft rock, right?
Yeah.
So I remember hearing Heaven by Bryan Adams, and I was like, I like that song. And I asked my grandma ain't know. She like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, I don't know who that is. And so I remember asking my mom. My mom knew him, but she didn't really know him. So then I'm a Tina Turner fan, right? And the album she did, Foreign Affair, he did a song, what is it? Back Where I Started.
Right.
And he wrote that record. So I got into him like that. So I love the original of Everything I Do for You. I love his version. And also another favorite of mine from him is Do I Have to Say the Words? It reminded me of that. So when I saw that Brandy, because when I looked on the back before we put in the cassette, I saw Everything I Do Is For You, but I was like, no, she ain't covering no Bryan Adams. Hell no. Like that was, I'm thinking this might be a song that she doing for her, herself. So then when I hit dun, 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 I was like, oh shit, Brandy covering Everything I Do. Oh, and me being a fan of her and me on the low being a fan of Bryan Adams. Nobody don't really know that, but I'm a fan. So I was like, oh, she covered it. Okay. So it would be funny because when I was singing the record, my mom would be like, like, you basically doing what Elise doing. Like, why is this on here? Like, I mean, yeah. So I love the record. So I like the way it ended. Like for real, because you needed something after the pain and passion of Tomorrow. I needed something to end this album. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, look, Everything I Do Is For You. You know what I mean? I know, sis, you ain't here for it, but I like it. So that was my truth, y'all. Y'all know I love Bryan Adams now. You didn't know, you know now.
Yeah, it had that country pop. I think it was on that country pop lane too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because you see her and Faith Hill did it on the Divas.
They did. I remember that.
They did it on the Divas. So yeah.
I mean, I'm not too surprised. It's so sappy, and so that's why you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sappy. Like it's so sappy that it feels disingenuous to me.
I get it.
No, I know a lot. That's one of those songs you either love it or you hate it.
Oh, you hate it. Right.
I never listen to it.
Right. I have a question. Like, how do y'all feel? Like, since we have talked about the title, like, I guess we can talk about jail. Like, how do y'all feel Rain didn't make the cut?
Right. Because Rain was supposed to be, hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Brandy was supposed to get that record.
That's crazy.
Honestly, what we know of it to be and the way people has taken it now, I think when the label might have heard it, they probably would have been like,
yeah.
And then again, what did Gordon say?
Right.
Whoever was a part of this project, if Rodney didn't want you to be a part of the project, you wasn't going to be a part of the project. So.
And I heard now, Brian, he even admitted it. I remember when I did the Brandy face, he said Brandy was pissed.
Oh, she wanted Rain. Oh, she wanted it. She wanted it. It was supposed to be hers. And, you know, politics happened. And it was supposed to be SWV. God made that record to be theirs. You know what I mean? But I think Brandy would have did great with it. You know what I'm saying? I would love to. I wonder if she did the demo already.
How she would have approached it would have been.
Yeah, like I would have. I think it would have been dope. I think it would have been dope. But
it would have made sense for her.
Yeah, but do you think it would have fit Never Say Never though?
Oh
no, it wouldn't fit the album. But I would have loved. I still would have loved to hear her.
It could have been a nice B-side. It could have been a B-side.
I guess. Well, I think Brian's happy that his song was not a B-side.
Amen. Brian said, "Give me them coins," because he's making a lot of money now.
That part.
Yes, God.
But so, a fun fact. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeremy.
No, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Earlier today on the show, Elise, you know, So Into You by To Me, it was supposed to be Brandy's too.
I didn't know that until you said that. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I wonder how. Yeah. That's a Tamia record. That's a Tamia record. Like,
that's a song for a high register, sweet voiced. Like it wasn't made for somebody with a smoky lower register voice.
I agree with that too, Lisa. I was shocked, but
it wouldn't. I don't think it would have been bad, but it wouldn't have been memorable. I don't think.
I agree.
In the way that to me, that was just like a perfect
Yeah.
matchup for that song.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Murders that.
So where would you put this in Brandy's catalog?
Number one for me, baby. Number one.
Elise?
Period. It's the perfect R&B album.
Number 2.
I like it.
Okay, and the reason why I go there because the reason why I'm going here is because everybody has this foolery of Never Say Never versus Full Moon.
Right.
And they always go to Full Moon before Never Say Never as a body of work. They always have Full Moon as Brandy's best record.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I don't think it is, because a body of work, and me and Elise was just talking about this with somebody. I forgot who it was, since you will know once I say it. By the time we got to Brandy's Full Moon, I was kind of over Rodney's sound.
I get it.
Because Rodney has already gave this sound to Whitney, gave it to Tony, gave it to Destiny's Child, then gave it to Michael, then gave it to everybody. So by the time Brandy come with Full Moon, I'm over it. I'm over this sound. I'm like, it's no longer creative anymore to me. Now, vocally, on Full Moon, this is where Brandy find her richness in her voice. It's up there. But to me, as a body of work, Never Say Never was a sound that nobody had. Nobody. Don't get me wrong, Rodney started it with Gina Thompson. He started it with, a little bit of a Aaliyah on one song. And he gave Mary a couple. But when it got to Brandy, it was like, this was it. You know what I mean? And I feel like with Full Moon, to me, I'm just like, y'all, vocally, I get what y'all get with this vocal Bible thing because of what she was doing vocally on it. But as a body of work, you cannot tell me that Full Moon is better than Never Say Never. It's not. You have asked so many producers what they want. Warren Campbell said Never Say Never. Hell, Rodney even said Never Say Never is better than Full Moon. And he did Full Moon. So I'm like, fans, I get it. Whatever album is great to you, fine. But if we're going to say bodies of work, Never Say Never tells a story. Full Moon doesn't.
No. I agree.
Now, when you said place them, I was placing favorite. But I think Never Say Never is a better album than the debut. But the debut is going to just be my favorite. It's just, it's just fun. It's not a body of work. It's just a collection of songs. Never Say Never is telling a story. It's a body of work. So they're different kinds of albums.
Right.
So I think Never Say Never is a better, more cohesive.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I think that's what me and Jar have been talking about. It's been a lot of debates, at least through the years. And now, since more on social media, like everybody feels that Full Moon supersedes Never Say Never. No. Brandy's Never Say Never is the tour de force, period. When it comes down to Never Say Never, it's pretty much the mother to Full Moon. And that's what people don't understand. Like, everybody was like, well, Full Moon. I'm going to be honest. At least I'm a huge Brandy fan. But there's some songs on Full Moon that I do not like. And I'm just gonna be being honest. But it's like everybody feels that everything she put on Full Moon on that album trumps Never Say Never. I'm like, y'all, first of all, in order to get to Full Moon to that level, she had to get Never Say Never. Because first of all, LaShawn was the one who took over her writing. So if we're gonna go to Never Say Never as being like the head honcho to getting a Full Moon, you wouldn't have LaShawn, you wouldn't have Rodney, you wouldn't have Fred, you wouldn't have those three to make that collective body of work. But not even that. Don't say that Full Moon is gonna trump Never Say Never. That's the part I have a problem with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't sit up here and say that, Full Moon vocally, da-da-da-da-da. She was preparing to be there, folks. She was already there. She just went higher when she got the Full Moon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a huge debate, at least. Like, people were kind of low-key. I'm not saying this and Never Say Never, but they feel like they just like, Never Say Never, whatever. It's about Full Moon. Cause baby, the Way for Moon came out this year for the 20. I mean, people went in. I'm like,
yeah, they were.
oh, it bothers me sometimes. That's why I'm happy Jared pointed that out, because to me, Never Say Never created the sound. It changed the landscape of music, period. Yep. It was the 13th best-selling album of 1998.
Yep.
It's diamond, period. And it's the album that made Brandy an icon to this day.
That's right. That's right.
Never say never.
Period. And she drops the mic.
I don't think it's nothing else to say.
Ain't nothing else to say. Doop, doop. Throw it away.
And one more thing I want to say too, guys, I learned too today with Never Say Never. It really was a genius marketing strategy that me and Gerald talked about earlier. The breakup, it's kind of like, I know we talked about Confession from the last one, but if you notice with her real truth of the breakup, and I didn't even realize too, JR, she was really like the first teen idol to have her own branding marketing when it came to the doll, the movies, and all that success.
Yeah.
They talked about it on Flashy on the little mini doc that they was like Brandy was the first, teen idol to have her own doll before NSYNC, Britney Spears. Like they copied her blueprint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we're gonna sit up here and talk about legacy and who paved the way, Brandy has to be in that conversation. And I kind of get irritated sometimes, like with the Jack Harlow child, because you was dead ass wrong for what you said. But at the same time, it's just like you cannot deny her impact. You know what I'm saying?
No,
and that's
what
people don't understand. Like Brandy is the reason why people may have made music. Hell, vocally, that's even that right there.
Mm-hmm.
But out there that Brandy was like the first teen idol to really show people how to market your music, but going other lanes and endorsements.
What did Elise say on the Confessions? How everything was together. You wouldn't even think like it was a match made. Like everything works.
Everything fell into
Everything worked. Everything worked out like it was supposed to. The breakup, the music, the marketing, everything was just on point. Everything worked. You know what I mean? And that's why this record is now diamond.
Hey!
Yes. On that note,
yes,
it's time for my favorite part of the show.
Yes.
And that is the word song association.
Yes.
And today's word association is going to be #1 songs from women in 1998.
Ooh, okay. Y'all, I even be surprised with these word associations. Sis, don't tell me nothing either, y'all. I be left out. That's why I always get on her. My favorite part of the show.
It's mad. No, but we're gonna start off. I'll start off with the artist that I started you off when we did Confessions. And we're gonna go No, No, No by Destiny's Child.
My favorite group. Period. Amazing, dope. I mean, that's when I first was introduced. I was living in Dallas at the time, so that's how I got introduced them to the box. Y'all know that's my #1 favorite group. It was dope. To be honest, y'all, I like the part 1 better than part 2.
Me too.
The slow version.
Me too. Me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love both of them. But yeah, I do like this song. That's nice, sexy.
Yes, it's very sexy.
Yes.
It's that. Yes.
Dope. Thank you, Elisa. Y'all be always getting my favorite group, child. Thank you for tying it in. Y'all know I love that.
Yes.
All right. And we're going to go in order of the year. I Get Lonely, Janet Jackson and Blackstreet.
Oh, man. You know what? It's so crazy. I remember them playing on the box a lot, but I got to see like Janet being sexy. I don't know what it was. Even though it's crazy, I didn't know until I watched y'all show about that song. I did not know it was like really depressing, because every time I see the video, I see how sexy she was dope. She would fly.
Yeah.
And that manipulation of the lyrics, you be so deep in the video, you don't think about it. But I think it was dope when she put Blackstreet on there, because they got the guy side of the perspective. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's the same, same thing. But I love that collaboration. That was dope. Even solo or collab, I love Janet. That's on here. But y'all know my favorite Janet song, That's the Way Love Goes.
Yeah.
And that I just seen a sexy Janet.
Yeah.
It's
another song that tricked us, like like Top of the World.
Yeah.
Me get it.
Yeah, y'all were tricked. I wasn't. I said, Janet, I know what you're doing. You being sexy, but you depressed like a mug. But I get it.
Yeah, I love this song. She did that.
All right. And then the next song after I Get Lonely, that was #1 by Woman, was Boy Is Mine, Brandy and Monica. And then the next #1 song was Friend of Mine, Kelly Price.
Oh, Friend of Mine. Ooh, you know what? It's so crazy to me. Shout out to J-Dub. J-Dub produced that record. My boy J-Dub. You know, when I first heard the song, we already know, Friend of Mine. Kelly, at the time, I didn't get to know who she was, but I knew her voice was powerful. She was church. You could tell. And it's like, and I'll be forgetting she's Mariah Carey's background singer, so I'm like, oh my God, I forgot she's like, so Mariah hear voices, so I mean, Kelly came for blood on that song, but Friend of Mine, over and over again. She did that, and it was very telling because now I understand the lyrics now, since I've had some type of situations. You go on, Kelly. But he came for blood on that song. I got for that. He produced the record. #1, and at least it was #1. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, not only was it #1, Miss Ma'ams, it was #1 for 5 weeks. It knocked the Boy Is Mine out.
Yep.
Wow.
I remember that.
Yeah. We didn't talk about it on the show, Lisa. I don't want to get you guys because we're done talking about Never Say Never. But she was supposed to be on Never Say Never too.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was.
Hey.
Kelly was supposed to be. Yes, she did. They did a record.
I
forgot what the record was too, but they did it in the studio and they showed it on MTV. Yes.
So just imagine she would have been on there in her career. Kelly would have been on fire.
Fire.
And then you know who knocked Kelly out?
Who?
Monica. With First Night.
The first night.
You better go off, Chasity. You better go off.
Hey, baby. That was the first song I got introduced to Monica. Was the First Night.
Shout out to who?
Tamara Savage, my girl, our girl.
Our girl.
Our girl.
She wrote that song.
That child, Monica, don't start. Girl, don't.
Oh Lord.
Child. Had to put that out there. I love you, sis, but you didn't write it. No.
That part.
Well. And the year closed out with my favorite song to sing in the shower, and that is Deborah Cox, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here. Or in Black, Nobody Supposed to Be Here. I speak Black.
It's, baby, at least when I say that song was played so heavily in Texas over and over, girl. And it's so crazy because I did not know that song didn't go #1 on Hot 100 because I had no clue about that. And my girl, they the reason why she didn't go #1 too. She was they were one of the reasons. But at least a ballad that was just a monster. I call it a monster ballad.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was shot in Louisiana, which is so crazy to me, in the bayou. But man, that song I've heard everywhere, all over the record. Beautiful record. I mean, Deborah, when she hit that on the bridge, no.
Done.
Deborah, you talking about come for blood? She came for filth. Monster record. Chef Crawford Montel, y'all did that shit.
Did it.
Ooh, and you know what's crazy? I like the dance version too.
Just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, JR. RuPaul Drag Race, baby.
Girl, that's what I'm telling you. That's why Deborah is loved in the LGBT A, B, C, D, E, F, Gs. Let me tell you something. That song, baby, that and Freak, you know, in 98, they used to play that and the club mix, the Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh, and Joe, you know that's my favorite. I told tomorrow that, baby, I love your song, but the Hex Hector, there you go, Hex Hector, there you go.
Better. There it is.
Hey, my mama bought that cassette tape, and I played it when she was at work, so God rest your soul, rest in peace, mama, you know I love you, but baby, that was getting played when you was at work. Sorry.
Do y'all know how long that song was number one?
14 weeks.
14 weeks. Yeah.
14 weeks, yeah. Damn, yo, that song was everywhere.
And you know what knocked it out?
What, as talking about at longer weeks?
No. The next number one that knocked that out of number one.
Who was it?
Y'all gonna like this a lot. Heartbreak Hotel.
Okay, I say yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. Some same women was knocking each other out.
Yeah.
Black women. And that's what I love about it, at least. 98 was a people don't talk
Brandy and Monica out, and then did Monica knock Kelly out? And then Deborah came and knocked, like, that's dope.
Yes. And then Whitney, Faith, and Kelly.
That was a whole year of just singers. And went into the next year, singers.
Come on, Black women. Let's protect and give love to our Black women.
And they was all looking amazing doing it.
Amazing.
Every last one of them.
Yes. And they were just being Black and being them. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Yes. Oh. No. Okay. No. God, I love that song. I never get sick of that song. There's never a time that it came on and I skipped it.
Me either. Nope.
Or it was like, not even once. And I do the dramatic every single time. Every single time.
Absolutely.
I play the club mix at work and I stop everything and I pick up a beer bottle and you know how I do JR, and that's my microphone and I do it all at the damn bar. Okay.
We haven't had a dramatic moment of this song. Why? Well, we will in another week. We going somewhere, so yes.
Oh yeah, because I got that 12-inch. Yeah.
Yes. Chasity, wait for the video, girl.
I love me some Deborah Cox, man.
Yes.
That's my motherfucking girl.
Yes.
But yes. Thank you, Chasity, for hanging out with us.
This was amazing.
But before you go,
yes, ma'am.
Tell us about anything exciting you might have coming up and let people know how they can find you and your platform and just, all your loveliness.
Well, yes, ma'am. I want to thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart. Y'all got me from the deep soul of Chasity.
I love it.
But yes, guys, thank you so much for having me on the show. Y'all can reach me at Midnight R&B Edition on the platform IG. Also hit me up on the R&B and Song Relation podcast that's still going on. We're about to start season 3 soon because it's been a minute. Sorry, y'all. Also up and coming, I'm getting ready to have a battle of the King of R&B 2000s. We have Avant versus Tank, baby. I can't wait for that. Excited about that. I know I guess I'm going during this playback or by the time the video goes out, it's going to already be done. But I'm getting ready to have that also next month, guys. I'm actually getting ready to celebrate the 24th anniversary of Never Say Never with my friend JR. At least I wish you could be there. But I understand, sis. Like I said, I'm excited to out of this album and, just celebrate it for what it is. That's coming up on June 9th. Also on June 10th, I'm getting ready to have another battle. We're doing the battle of the best-selling albums of all time. I'm getting ready to do Thriller versus the Bodyguard soundtrack.
Ooh, that's a lot of records.
Oh yeah, I know. That's gonna be on June 10th, the next day. So y'all just look out for me, y'all. I thank y'all so much. But make sure I'm have some more interviews coming. But I know I'm getting ready to do some more podcasts and stuff like that. But these battles, y'all, they've been getting a little crazy. But for the most part, y'all, that's where y'all can reach me at. But other than that, that's it.
Word. This was dope.
Yes.
And I was very excited to do this with you.
Yes.
We both were very excited.
Listen.
We're always excited to have you on the show, but to have you talk about this, because we knew how much this meant to you, and for you to be able to express to people why it means so much to you.
Yeah. And then I got to hold my vinyl up. So yeah, I'm gonna do it again.
Damn nurse. Look.
So annoying.
I got a t-shirt. Hell.
Right, yeah.
Thank you, Lisa.
Never say. Okay, I'm done.
But Chasity is family, and all our viewers, y'all is family. That's my new thing now. We is family. Yes. And so y'all are cousins, and just bring us over some more cousins. Shit, what Lucky said, part of justice. Shit, we black, we all cousins. Shit.
Yeah, that's right.
We all family or whatever.
Yeah.
I believe in that. Yeah. So bring us some more cousins and over to the barbecue, and we will catch y'all on the next episode of Catch That.
Peace.